Hey everybody, it's me, Undead Viking. I'm just going to do a quick little video blog here because I promised that I'd do this if I reached my goal on my charitable Children's Hospital Extra Life marathon that I'm partaking in. I set a rather moderate goal of $500, and I've since eclipsed that. I've actually made almost double that, or I think I just hit double that, which is awesome, and I really appreciate everybody that took the time to check out the last video I did about this, and if you and the people that donated, that meant the absolute world to me, and so thank you. I was blown away by the response that I got, and I can't thank you enough. So it's part of my agreement, and I don't want to make a bunch of videos out there asking for you know, donations or whatever. I understand that people you know, if you have somebody come to your door asking for money every single day, it gets a little old. So I'm not going to do anything else. I might do like a follow-up to everything after all is said and done. But I did promise that if I met my goal of $500, I would finally tell the story about this guy, the jar of gefilte fish. Now, I have received, I don't know, many comments, emails, questions, both in person, over the phone, via text, via Facebook, via Twitter, about this. And as with any mystery about the gefilte fish here, as with any mystery, the actual truth is going to be less than impressive, or less than what you possibly could have meant or been or whatever. So that being said, I will now tell you the story of the jar of gefilte fish. So this goes back quite a bit, actually. It goes back, really, it goes back before I was really heavily into the board game scene, if you will. But I used to play a lot of poker, a ton of poker. I used to live in a one-bedroom apartment, and I used to work kind of a night job where I got done working around 8:30 p.m., 9 p.m., and when I would get done working, I would have multiple text messages on my phone from people, hey, we're playing poker tonight, we're playing poker tonight, playing poker tonight, because my apartment was the poker place. I had a big poker table. You know, I had, even though it was like a one-bedroom apartment, it was a really big one-bedroom apartment, so I had room to fit about 10, 12 guys in there, and we would play poker for relatively small stakes, you know, three, 4 times a week at my place, and it was just what we did. Anyway, I tell you that because one of my buddies that I'm still friends with, by the name of Brent, he would play poker with me a lot, and one day he showed up at the for poker night, and it was near Christmas, and he showed up and he said, hey, Merry Christmas, and he handed me this jar of gefilte fish. Now, Brent's just kind of an odd duck, and I was like, what the heck is this? And he said, oh, my dad got it as like a white elephant gift at a party, and so I decided I'd just give it to you as a joke or whatever, because he gave it to me. And so I said, oh, okay, you know, gee, thanks, you know. And so it was kind of funny, and we were like looking at it, and like one of the jokes was, because this really, I mean, you can't really see it, but it's old. I keep looking for a date on here, or like Best Buy date, and the closest I can see here is that like February 2018 or something. This will still be good. That's the best I can get off the top. I do see that it's a Manischewitz, or Manischewitz. You can actually read that if you want to. And as you can see here, it says that Manischewitz supports the Israel Red Cross. So that's helpful. Nice of them for doing that, right? So it's gefilte fish in liquid broth. It is kosher for Passover and all year round. And it is a 1 pound 8 ounce jar. There are 6 pieces of gefilte fish in here. Each piece has 70 calories and has a ton of sodium. But there you go. I will never open this and eat this. We always joked about we maybe make somebody do it if they ever cheated at poker or something like that, but it never came to pass. Now, that's not really all that interesting of a story. I mean, I just ended up with this jar of gefilte fish. The interesting story, and like I said, this is going to take a little bit, but way back in the day, before I was on Board Game Geek, before I was on any of the other websites like Posy or any of the board game things that we do, or my YouTube videos or Twitter or Facebook or whatever, I was big into role-playing games still, and I still am for that matter. And I was going to the website of necromancergames.com, which now has become Frog God Games. But Necromancer Games, when 3rd edition D&D came out, they started publishing these really amazing adventures that I both put my my friends through, my gaming group through, and also I stole from them liberally for my own adventures and what have you. And there was a very, very awesome message board community on there, and it makes me sad, actually, strangely. Well, I shouldn't say strangely. There was so many cool people that frequented that that particular message board, and I know I've lost track, and we haven't, like some of them I found on like Board Game Geek, because we kind of shuffled together, and I've managed to talk to a few of them since then, but unfortunately, like a lot of them, just of course, I never met them in real life, so I never really had any contact info or anything like that, and so what have you. However, one of the really cool things about that was we had a like Secret Santa thing that we did. And so the first year, and I don't remember who I got or anything like that, but I got somebody, and then I put a bunch of, like, I had a bunch of I got a bunch of D&D source books or something like that, and put them in the box, and I put in some other things and some random stuff, and then I saw this sitting on my shelf, and I said, you know what the heck, I'm going to send this jar of gefilte fish to whoever, somebody in the United States. So I sent it off. And so people got their stuff, and we did our thing or whatever, and everybody kind of posted what they had, and the dude that got this, he was like, and I got this, and then I kind of said, hey, ha ha ha, I kind of told him the story about it, whatever, and so the next year, full year goes by, and then comes time, we do the Secret Santa thing again, and the jar of gefilte fish gets sent on to somebody else. And so then it became kind of a running joke. And so then the jar of gefilte fish got sent on to somebody else. And so on and so forth. And it kind of just started bouncing around for like 3 or 4 or 5 years. However, like, we were still that community. And I just thought that was funny that this jar of gefilte fish was just kind of making its way across the world, or the United States at least. And so fast forward to about like 3.5 years ago. Well, then the Necromancer Games, like, they kind of disbanded or what have you, and what, for whatever reason, they just weren't. They kind of moved over to being Frog God Games, and that message board kind of dissipated. I didn't even really think about the jar of gefilte fish at all. But one day I got like a geek mail from somebody, and I got to go find who this was. I forget, or it was an email, but I got contacted, and this is after I was doing reviews, and I got contacted out of the blue, and somebody said, hey, I think I have something of yours, and you probably see where this is going, can I have your address? And I said, oh, no, okay, and I'm fairly trusting. Now looking back, for all I know, who knows what here's a human head, or something. But, so yeah, okay, here's my address, whatever, because I wasn't living at the old place that I had. And that apartment I'd long since moved away. Great apartment, though. A lot of good memories there. But, and about a week later, this little box shows up at my door, and I open it up, and there's my Manischewitz gefilte fish jar that had probably traveled several thousand miles, or maybe only several hundred or what have you. I don't really remember, but it showed up, and I saw it. I laughed for a good 5 minutes. My wife thought I was losing my mind. She said, oh my gosh, that is disgusting, get rid of it. And I said, I can't get rid of my gefilte fish. And because I sent this guy out into the world, and it somehow found its way back to me after, like, I didn't have it for like 6 years, 7 years. And so I got it, and I came back here, and I, put it on my shelf, like so. And it was just kind of one of those things where I could just put it on there, and I could move it around, if you will. And and people that would watch would say, "What the heck is that? Is that what jar gefilte fish? What the heck?" So there you go. That's the story of the jar of gefilte fish. It's not a great story, but you know, it's just one of those cool little things that happened to me because of my internet presence, and you know, just people tell me that it seems like more interesting things happen to you than normal, like crazy weird stuff. If you ever meet me, I can tell you some stories. I tend to think that crazy weird stuff happens to everybody. People just don't want to talk about it because maybe it embarrasses them because they did something foolish or silly or stupid. And I, for one, embrace the moments in my life where I was silly or stupid or did something incredibly embarrassing, because it's all part of the grand tapestry, if you will, that I am weaving during my time here on Earth. And even though it might not, every single moment on this planet might not be impressive, if you will, on my behalf, but I'll be damned if I'm not going to try to find the fun in almost anything that I experience. So there you go, the story of the gefilte fish. So when you see the jar, you'll know what it's all about. All that being said, my marathon is coming up here on the 18th. Not marathon, but my gaming marathon. I will have a brand new webcam in like a matter of days. I am working on you know, figuring out how, I don't know if the Wi-Fi at the at Paradox Comics and Cards in Fargo, I don't know if that's going to be able to support it or not. So I'm a little bit worried. I might be hitting his limit, if you will, as far as his Wi-Fi is concerned. So I'm a little concerned about that. I'm also a little bit concerned about whether or not the live feed will be interesting at all. But we'll kind of just play that as it goes. At the very least, I will bring my camera with me, and I will try to do some like in-play reviews and what have you, and just broadcast. So if you haven't donated and you feel like donating to the children's hospitals, you can definitely find I'll put the link down below, like I always do with everything, Kickstarters and what have you. But I'll put the link for my donation page at extralife.org. If you want to go there and click on that and donate, I would greatly appreciate it. If you want to participate in Extra Life, the actual weekend of the charity is the 24th and 25th. Due to scheduling, my local game store has to do it a week before this year. It shakes out that way. He's got like a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament or something going on that day. So we're doing it a week before, but I would strongly suggest checking with your local game stores, or you don't even do that. You can go to extralife.org and you can sign yourself up, and it's free, and you can ask your friends and family for donations, and you yourself can go out and raise money for children's hospitals. And the great thing about the charity is that every single penny that you raise is going to go directly to affect you know, the hospitals and this great charity. So there's no like subterfuge or anything like that. Extra Life is kind of like doing this because it's just a great foundation, and what they're doing is amazing. And yeah, so there you go. Well, I won't take up any more of your time. I greatly appreciate you for watching this, and I really appreciate the people that have taken the time to donate. I really appreciate the kind words and the comments that you made. It touched my heart. I am a big softie, and so I'm getting a little choked up now, so I'm going to cut this short. But yeah, I can't believe I have so many of you out there that watch what I do, and I really I really appreciate the response that I get. And it really touches my heart, and you know, makes me feel good about what I do and what kind of people that I have out there that are part of this hobby and part of this whole board game thing that we do. It really makes me feel good about our hobby and my passion and my videos and everything else, and it kind of gives it meaning, if you will, or more meaning, if you will. So thank you very much. I apologize. Like I said, I get a little choked up sometimes. So I will never be ashamed of my emotions, however. But thank you again for watching what I do. I greatly appreciate your time. Until next time, until the next video, until the next review, you, as always, have yourself one heck of an awesome day. All right, bye-bye now.